Hi, I'm Zak Kozuchowski from GolfWRX.com. I'm here today with Todd Beach, Vice President of R&D and metalwoods for TaylorMade. We're at the Kingdom in Carlsbad. Last year there was a lot of buzz around this time. TaylorMade was getting ready to launch the original Rocket Balls fairway woods that promised us 17 yards. There's a lot of skepticism, but for the most part it was a successful product line. You told me one of the most successful products that you've had in your history here, 17 years you've been with the company. This year you're promising us yet another 10 yards with the RBZ Stage 2 fairway woods and hybrids. I know there's a couple key tech features here that you want to go over. Tell me how you can promise us yet another 10 yards.
Yeah, Zach, we're really excited about the Rocket Ball Stage 2. Certainly the original Rocket Balls was a major breakthrough for golf. We've been looking for ways to find more distance in a fairway wood, and what we found is really because the fairway wood is so shallow, it's not like a driver, we haven't been able to get up to the COR limit, or the spring effect limit.
And that COR limit is?
It's 830,
okay.
Is the maximum. And typically fairway woods were down around 800 or less. Original Rocket Balls, we used an alloy of steel, which is one of the best that was available at the time, and we really optimized the heat treatment in order to get the highest strength possible with that steel. And that was around 230 KSI or so. But we weren't able to do more than that. If we went higher strength, the ductility would go down and it would become too brittle. So we started scouring all the markets out there of the best materials possible for aerospace and defense, and we actually found a brand new alloy. We're calling it Rocket Steel.
Rocket Steel.
Which is just awesome. It allows us to go thinner on the face. We went from 2.05 millimeters down to 1.8, and that adds an additional 50% of flexibility. So with that, we're able to get right up towards that USGA limit on COR, and we've been able to actually optimize the channel on the sole as well as the CG distribution to get even lower, and with that the combination gives us that 10 yards.
And talk to me about the movement actually inside the head of the center of gravity.
Yeah, it's really important with the club here is it's not just the CG low, you also want to go low and forward, because it's really how that center of gravity projects onto the face. So the more loft you have, the more low you need to be if you're a certain distance back in order to project at that center. And traditionally fairway woods, the center of gravity has been projecting up close to the crown, and what that causes is really your sweet spot is more up here, but you don't really have any flexibility. If you were to hit on the center or below the center face, you would actually be hitting and causing the head to rotate so much that you're losing a lot of ball speed, but you also get this effect of a vertical gear effect. If I hit below the center of gravity, I actually rotate this way, which causes the ball to launch low and balloon up. But if I can get that center of gravity projecting down much lower, now if I hit at or above the center of gravity, I get the opposite effect where the head will rotate this way and cause it to launch higher with a much more penetrating flight.
Before we dive into any more tech, this is probably more noticeable with the driver, but the paint job.
I think it's great because our main thing that we're trying to preserve on all of our 2013 TaylorMade metal woods is we want to have this white on black, right, which is the main thing the golfer picks up on. And what that is, that high contrast really allows you to see which direction the face is pointing. But what we found is back here is these features actually your mind will pick up on that as well. So there's actually some science behind that that'll have additional cues that you can pick up on to help align the club. And I think it looks pretty cool. So when you pull it out of the head cover off and you put it down on the tee, you know, all your buddies are going to know you got the latest, greatest stuff.